Second is this group of questions. Tainted heparin from China, and I want to follow up on some things that Senator Blunt asked about. 2008 killed 100 people in this country, including, I believe, around the world, I'm not sure, including 3 people from Toledo, Ohio. In 2007-8, melamine was found in pet food and then in infant formula in China. I've heard recently in the last year from a number of dog owners who lost their animals as a result, their beloved animals, as a result of tainted chicken treats from China. More recently, the identity and safety of imported fish has become a growing concern, a recurring concern also. I mean, you know the importance of this. You've asked for $10 million in your budget, as you pointed out to Secretary Blunt, and he pointed out 16 new full-time employees, 7 food safety inspectors, including 7 new safety inspectors and 9 drug safety, 7 food, 9 drug safety. This is a huge problem, and there is no way when you look at. My understanding is it would take that it would take the FDA 9 years to perform 1 inspection at the high priority pharmaceutical facilities in China, and 13 years to inspect all of the foreign-based pharmaceutical manufacturing plants. I understand 10 million is important, the inspectors are important, but isn't the goal to make the companies that import these drugs, I don't care if they're American companies or French companies or Chinese companies that are selling into the American market, shouldn't your goal be to make them personally responsible? I mean, if CEOs know that if a CEO is not certain where all the ingredients come from, and those ingredients coming from wherever end up killing a patient in Toledo, shouldn't that CEO go to jail? Shouldn't that CEO, that company, be fined huge amounts of money? I mean, we'll never be able to inspect every place in China. What do we do about this? Come up with something more creative than begging Congress for $10 million so we can sprinkle a few food inspectors and safety and pharmaceutical inspectors in a country of $1.3 billion. Come up with something more.
Well, I want to reassure you that, number one, this is a huge priority for us, and we have a multifaceted program. The $10 million is a small drop in the bucket of what our overall needs are, and we do believe that we have to have a strategy that really increases standards and accountability in the countries of manufacture, that increases the ability for us to work with other regulatory authorities to share information, because many countries are facing the same challenge. We need to really carve up the landscape. We need to also target our inspectional resources more efficiently so that they can be extended further. And of course, we have to continue our border import safety activities as well, but do it in a more risk-based way.
But I'm going to interrupt. I'm sorry, Commissioner. Is there any way? Is there any way to do these inspections short of threatening legal action? And I don't care about. I mean, I really don't care about a CEO go into jail, or I don't care about a huge fine against the companies. I want these companies to be responsible for their ingredients. And is there any way to do that short of some legal process?
Congress has helped us in that domain. The Food Safety Modernization Act included a component for foreign importer verification, and really puts a requirement on people that are bringing products into this country to verify that they were manufactured in compliance with our standards.
If the ingredients have shown to be contaminated and cost lives, what is the legal resource for a consumer or a family or a country?
Well, I think on the drugs side, there's legislation that's currently being considered to give us additional authorities to be able to act and enforce. On the food side, we have been able to achieve more of the tools and authorities that we need. It still is, a real problem to take enforcement action proactively in another country, and I think it does speak to the fact that we need to continue to work as we are, making this a very important area of focus within the FDA to really
Well, I understand that, but we for 100 years in this country, from the creation of the FDA after Upton Sinclair's book, we have worked hard to protect public health and protect food safety and pharmaceutical and drug safety. And just because the company, you don't have jurisdiction in another country, doesn't mean that they should have access to our markets unless those companies that the importer or the company, whoever it is that's bringing it in, that they should have ultimate liability for that.